Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news. And now the news in details. Obasiki's government moves to prosecute Jill Oshiomhole. He found guilty amid kicks. Indications shows that more hurdles lie ahead for the immediate past national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, Adams Oshiomhole. This is because the Edo State government has not given up on its resolve to prosecute him and made him face the full wrath of the law. If convicted by the court, Oshiomhole risks going to jail among other penalties. He found guilty of the indictment made against him and some other people that worked under him as governor of Edo State. It recalled that Governor Obaseki had set up a Judicial Commission of Inquiry (JCI) to probe Oshiomhole's administration. The commission was headed by Justice James Ayomire, which investigated the constructions of the Edo Specialist Hospital and supply of equipment for the hospital during Oshiomhole's tenure. After its investigation, the commission made its findings known and made some recommendations for the state government. Most importantly, the commission indicted Oshiomhole's administration for violating the state public procurement law. The JCI made 8 recommendations contained in the white paper made public by the Edo State government based on the report of the commission. The commission also recommended that the Edo State Ministry of Justice should take civil and criminal actions against those indicted for breaching the procurement law. Earlier in May this year, the commission led by Ayomire had, during the presentation of his report, explained how the breach was done by Oshiomhole's administration. Ayomire has stated that the procurement law clearly states that any contractor working on a government project had not received more than 25% upfront payment upon contract award, which Oshiomhole's administration allegedly contravened. Ayomire then revealed that the immediate past administration of Oshiomhole paid 75% of the contract sum upfront for the project of Vamed Engineering, which obviously violated the state procurement law. After receiving the report, then, Obaseki had promised that its government would prosecute those found culpable and made them to account for their actions, no matter how highly placed they are. He added that his government has been putting in the right measures and there are government resources that needed to be recovered from some people. Obaseki assured that his government would not hesitate to ask those culpable to return those resources to the state government. He then added that his government would prosecute those indicted in line with the recommendations of the commission. And here is Edo State government. Consequently, the Edo State government seemed to have taken steps to do as it promised, but there was a hurdle somehow in its way. What really happened when it became obvious that Oshiomhole could be arrested by the Edo State government? He approached the Federal High Court Abuja and got a court order to stop his arrest. Justice Ahmed Mohammed, on June 17, 2020, reaffirmed a restraining order which he earlier issued in June 1st, 2020, stopping parties in the suit from acting on the report. Although the Edo State government is challenging the jurisdictions of the court to hear the case. Meanwhile, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday adjourned till July 8 to hear the suit filed by Oshiomhole to stop his possible arrest over an indictment in the white paper issued by the Edo State government. The adjournment was to allow all parties to be duly served with the process before the proceeding would commence. The respondents in the case include the Edo State government, Godwin Obaseki, the Inspector General of Police, and the Department of State Services. It was reported that all the respondents had filed separate notices of preliminary objections challenging the jurisdictions of the Federal High Court, Abuja, to hear the suit. The matter would come up on July 8, where the preliminary objection challenging its jurisdiction to hear the suit will be decided. The issue of whether the Federal High Court, Abuja, has the jurisdiction to hear the case is at stake because the incident took place in Edo State, and that will be decided by the court when it resumes. But the main business is the main case, which will border on the indictment itself. Oshiomhole and his affected officials during his tenure will have to disprove the indictment made against him by the commission. Since Oshiomhole was the governor then, he is the main man in the case. Every other person acted in line with direction given to him. They were simply working under this instruction. So Oshiomhole will first have to prove his innocence or risk jail terms and maybe other penalties if he is found guilty of the indictment. Obeseki had lamented that the people who have the opportunity of rebuilding the system took further steps in destroying the already weakened system. He vowed to ensure that such people are brought to book, despite all odds and political twists it may be given. This case will determine Obeseki resolved to recover the state funds and ensure that those found culpable are made to face the full wrath of the law. It is left for those indicted to prove their innocence and then go freely. But if they are found guilty at the end of the day, then they will face the full wrath of the law. So guys, what is your own take about this? What do you think about the actions that will be taken by Obeseki? To me, I think it is not necessary to me. Because remember that Oshiomhole was once in the politics ahead of him. So he is not supposed to do that. Because I feel that Obeseki is roping himself in. He is not supposed to take such actions. Trust me. Fine, we know that Adams Oshiomhole has done something wrong in the past. We know that Adams Oshiomhole has offended a lot of people in the past. But I think Obeseki should not do such. Because definitely all of them are. When you look at them, you can see that not all of them are guilty. Trust me. Even the Obeseki himself, all of them are full of corruption. So what are we now saying? What are we now saying? Let's hear what people are saying about it. They said that it's better for the law to take its course so that he will understand that leading a government is not leading a labor group where the leadership acts with impunity and goes scot-free. They said, is Obeseki the judge? Abeg, let's talk about important issues. How did Obeseki spend on his re-election project? Obeseki is roping himself in. He should start probing himself on all the billions he used in buying PDP tickets. They said, return the billions you spent to get PDP tickets. That is the truth. All of them, they are not pure. Let us be realistic to ourselves. Can Obeseki come out and say that ever since he has been in the government as the governor of the state of Edo State, has he not embezzled money? Definitely he has done. He has embezzled money, and this is what we are talking about. All of them, they are full of corruption. Now he is trying to probe Adams Oshiomhole in. You can imagine this when he himself is not even pure at all. So what are we now talking about? What are we talking about? People were saying that Obeseki has lost this coming election. I can bet it with anyone. God does not support him in any way. They said government is different from politics. The government is not a man's show, and we should be conscious of the fact that political power starts before and ends after elections. Any person or group of persons saddled with the mandate and responsibility for good governance must perform his or her duties and responsibilities for the electorate and the people he swore to serve. Therefore, Governor Godwin Obeseki has the full mandate and power of the people to perform and safeguard government treasury and properties and prosecute anyone that contravenes and obstructs the cause of justice and accountability. This person was saying that carry on and carry the people along. Wow. So guys, what is your own take? What do you think about this? Your comment is highly appreciated, and kindly drop your comment at the comment section. For those who subscribe, we want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, kindly press the subscription button below. And also please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will always be the first person to watch our latest news. Thank you so much. Stay safe at this crucial time. Bye.